Well, credit to them. I mean, I thought we were really ready to go and played a really good first half. Second half, we had some really, really costly turnovers, allowed them to get dunks. Then we got in foul trouble, and it was really hard to stop those two bigs. We allowed them to go baseline. Our help was coming from the guards, coming towards the middle, and we made a couple of miscues there. But I thought we certainly showed great fight. They're big. We're obviously not that big on the perimeter, and we got to continue to work to develop that through recruiting and obviously with some of our younger guys. But they overwhelmed us with the rebounding. I thought our defense in the first half was really good, but they were rebounding the ball. I mean, Buzo was just flying over our back, not in an illegal way, but we were just not hitting them well enough. So they're a really good team, and we'll watch that film. We'll take tomorrow off, and we'll just get back to work.
Another case of Jalen, really poor shooting night. He's had 2 of them this year against Boise. Mash ends up with some points, gets to the free throw line, but he didn't have a great shooting night either. I know you talk about size all the time. Is it really just, I mean, is there anything more to it than that, or is it just the size advantage?
You know, I thought Mash played pretty well. He was getting to the foul line. He was knocking down some shots, but I certainly feel like when we play Boise, their size overwhelms us. And, you know, you could say, well, you could go with JB or True, and, you know, JB wasn't hitting shots, so we tried True a little bit. But, you know, they overwhelm you with their size, and they just attack the glass.
You mentioned it, but the 17 offensive rebounds, I mean, how hard is that when a team's getting 18 second chance points, I guess, to win?
Really hard. And then the turnovers. You know, I thought when we were going against a set defense until the end there where Degenhart and Stanley really hurt us, but for the most part we were guarding. But, you know, I said it over and over again, and Jeff's heard it a bunch. I mean, we got to get bigger, and you know, that's going to obviously take a little time. But if we do play a Boise again in the conference tournament or whatever, like, we're gonna have to find a way to hit bodies and keep them off the glass, because they really hurt us there.
They're like the third or fourth team that people talk about when it comes to the tournament and all this from the Mountain West. I mean, are they getting under or slept on a little bit or under talked about at all, or where do you see them in terms of the conference hierarchy here?
I don't know how they're getting talked about, but they're in first place, or are they maybe a win out of first place? I'm not sure.
First, yeah.
They're tied for first, so tied for first in the best the league's ever been in the history of the Mountain West. So I don't know who's talking about them. I've got a lot of respect for what Leon's built over the years. I think they're guys. They're talented. Stanley was a phenomenal addition, so they could beat anybody. You know, so. I don't know how they're talked about nationally. I know the Mountain West has got a lot of love, but if you're the best first place team in the Mountain West, you deserve that recognition.
JT does have a big night against their bigs, but foul trouble again. How many of his fouls are just kind of maybe freshman mistakes, and how many of them he was kind of left alone a couple times, I thought.
Hard to tell, yeah. I mean, I have to watch. I thought we adjusted how we wanted to guard them, but again, as I said earlier, like, they were ripping the baseline a lot on us. But it's a tough cover for a freshman, and I'll watch the film and see how we can help them a little bit more.